Forms are used to collect information from your visitors. You can have unlimited number of forms. You're not limited in any way. To successfully create and deploy a form, there are two steps that you have to follow. Step number one, create the form. Step number two, place it into any page that you want. You can have the same form placed in as many pages as you want. So let's start with step one. Click on the forms. Any forms that you have in the system are going to be listed here, or if you want to create a new form, you click on that. Let's use the form that's already in the system. So let's click on it to edit the form. There's the name of the form, there's the introduction to the form, what you want the send and the reset buttons to say, how do you want the questions and the answers to be aligned. In this case we're choosing questions on top, answers at the bottom, whether you want the user data in a cookie or not. Verify humanity. This is important so that bots and other software won't be able to fill in your server data and your emails with junk. What do you want the feedback after the submission to be? That's going to be displayed on the screen after someone submits. If you want them to go to another URL, another page or another website after the submission, whether you want to use an auto reply, whether you want to be notified by email. And this is important so you know immediately that someone has used your online form. Now if you choose to be notified by email, you put in the subject. That's going to be the subject of the email that's going to come to you. And in the receiving email addresses, on each line you put the email addresses that they are going to be receiving this particular email. When you finish, you say save. Now that you pretty much decided on the rules of how the form is going to work, then you have to specify the fields, what information you are going to be collecting by your visitors. In this case, we're collecting name, the email, and any comments and questions that they have. We're making all three fields mandatory. That means if they want to submit the form to us, they can't leave anything blank. If you want to change the order of the fields, you can use the up and down arrows. If you want to create a new field, you can create on the new field. And if you want to edit a particular field, you simply click on the name. In this case, I clicked on the comments and questions. You can also change the sort order over here. The different types of fields that you can use, and you can use the chart over here to see. We have a regular text, you have a text box, you have a date with a calendar chooser, we have a checkbox, a drop down list, a choice list, and also a file picture upload field. Now in this particular field, the comments questions that we're using a text box, we can choose how many columns and how many rows, and we're saying that it's going to have a maximum length of 2000 characters. It's not going to allow anyone to type more than 2000 characters in this particular field. We're making it mandatory, and we say save. Now let's go back and let's talk about the rest of the buttons. This button is the preview button. It's going to show you more or less how it looks, and as you can see, as I'm typing characters in here, it's displaying me how many characters are left. This is the CAPTCHA to verify humanity. And so far that's what we have. That's how the form is going to look. The third button is the data button. The data button is to display anyone who uses the form collects the information here. To delete any of the messages, click on the trash bin over there, or you can simply say remove all. All the data can be also downloaded in an Excel spreadsheet. And if you want to copy this form, you simply click on that button. Now that we have created a form, let's successfully insert it into a page. Before doing that, let me show you where we're going to put that. In the forms page, the form, right now it's empty, is going to display it down here. So let's go create that. If you go to the homes, it's going to display all the pages that you have in your website so far. To edit the page, click on the forms, and one last step is left. In order for us to insert the form into the page, find the at the bottom of the editor, below the editor, find the field that says form and then the alignment, and I'm gonna say contact. If we had more than one form, all of the forms were going to be listed, so you can choose any form that you want. In this case, there's only one, so we're gonna say contact and then save. If we check the website now, the forms, there's the form right here. So really fast, let's create something. Why not? Let's say no questions. Okay, EDFC and send. And there's a thank you as we specified in the form. Now let's go back into the backside and go to the form and check out the data, and there it is, the date, the time, the name, the email, who was sent it, who was submitted, the questions that you have, and let's delete those. Also an email, the website sent an email to my email address, so let's check that real fast. At least it should have, and there it is. We have the ENA CMS demo site, new contact. We specified this while creating the form. There's a date and the time, the name, the email address, and the comments, and you get some extra information about the user, the IP address, and which website it came from, and the referring URL address. And basically this is it, how to create forms and successfully deploy them into any page.